What is going on? How is everybody tonight? A little bit of seltz for the throat. Cool. We're going to get this rolling in just a couple more minutes. Wait for some more heads to trickle in. Sorry if you can hear my annoying dog barking in the background. Oh, Mr. Chagnon. How you doing, bud? Jim, what is up, dude? You fishing tomorrow night? All right, all five of you in Massachusetts. See this little shindig we got going on right here? So we're probably going to have Nate come on for a bit, talk about his idea of this Thursday night throwdown. It's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully we can do this a couple times a month to where Thursdays 5 to 9, we do a little shindig, a little tournament. This is going to be our first one. We already got 11 anglers signed up. It's pretty cool. We're going to 11, Steve. So that's not bad for a Thursday night. 4 hours, 3 fish limit. I know I'm going to be there early. Be sliming some burgers and dogs for everybody who's up. So that should be cool. So if you are fishing it, come hang out, get your grub on. It's bring your own beverages, though. I'm not going to be supplying beverages. So signed up. If you're thinking about signing up, go do it. Come hang out with us tomorrow night before this Delta variant shuts down the state of Massachusetts. Just like California. Hopefully not, but it was very short notice. So this sorry, Peter. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. I know they talked about it this weekend and all of a sudden they were like, by Tuesday they put it out. We just had Ken had Nate involved because it was Nate's idea. Iron out some details of what's going to go on, but 11 guys for a couple days notice. It's pretty good. And especially those who work weekends or who have shit to do during the weekends. It's going to be a badass time. I'm very excited. And I'm really hoping that we could do this a couple times a month, and I'm maybe even, 3 times a month, depending on how big and how much participation we get. And then the West will be doing this as well. So Sean's gonna take care of that. Sean Dominic, the tournament director out there. So he's gonna be running that if he wants to. This is just as of right now an East thing. So hopefully he jumps on board and gets those guys fishing out there, because I'm sure those guys would love to get down on it. So I'm gonna Nate here a little old link, and we're gonna start talking about why, what brought this to mind. Well, where'd it come from? And it was funny because he had asked me about fishing getting a bait just so we could do some like weeknighters, because a lot of other areas in the country, they have basically weeknight tournaments where guys just come up and fish. Oh, dude, the nip is fuego that night. Let that be known. So for anybody who is listening, all 6 of you, think of some good juicy topics. What's going on in kayak fishing? What's going on with all this ICAST product? What's pissing you off, or what's got you excited? Really think about these topics, and I'll bring a bunch of people on, talk, and just shoot the shit and see where you guys are at. John Conant says F the nip. Oh, you guys just don't understand how good of a place it is. The Maulers have their one of their matches there, so we're all excited for it. Yeah, so it's definitely a better evening night bite. The Topwater Series. Peter, who runs the Topwater Series? See, I gotta grab my phone because Nate's not responding, or he doesn't know how to. Mr. Chagnon, dude! Exclamation mark! Hop on this stream, this D stream. Satanic call. All right, let's see. Steve, let it be known I have never seen any cryptoids or satanic cults or aliens. I have heard people hearing whispers and stuff, but what are they going to do to you? You're in a kayak. Apparently, my cousin went to Tispquin this weekend, and some club was blocking the boat ramp completely for weigh-in. Wow, those are called bad words. I'm trying to bite my lips here. Bite my tongue rather, lips though. Yeah, it's not really a big boat tournament place. It's maybe a car topper. There's not much parking there, so that sucks because that place is fuego as well. I don't know why I'm saying fuego. Oh, dude, Nate's here.
What up, guy?
What's up, dude?
What's going on?
Cool, Nate. So we got 6 heads rolling, watching us chit chat. So I'm gonna ask you the question. This Thursday night throwdown, which we're all very excited about. So, where the hell did it come from? Drop it.
So shortly after the Nashua River tournament, I actually got a call from work asking if I could go do weekends on the Mass Pike bridges. For those of you that don't know, I do road work. And what I thought was going to be a 12-hour day, one day turned into basically the past like 2 months. So I just really missed tournament fishing. I missed you guys. It's, at least here in MAKB, it's one big family. So I had talked to you a couple of times and been like, dude, let's just go buy a bass boat. Let's go do a big boat weeknight tournament. Like, see them up everywhere, but you never see one for a kayak. So shot the idea to Mr. Wood, and within like a week it was born. Next thing I know, there was one happening this Thursday.
Yeah, dude, I feel like it was definitely less than a week. I mean, it happened so fast, which I'm happy it did because I didn't. Hell, we get to fish tonight. It's gonna be sick.
Dude, I'm so excited. It's been a long time since been in a kayak competitively, and for some of us, we need it, man.
Yeah, I know we talk often, and you were talking about this probably yesterday, or how fun fishing is now kind of boring. You don't have that same rush. You don't have that same focus and drive to find the bass. Versus where you're really honed in or hopefully tuned in to find fish, to put fish on the board to put towards a tournament. Versus where if you're just going out fun fishing, you don't have that rush, that adrenaline rush, that your heart drops when you set that hook, or your heart drops when you lose that fish. That whole rush is missing. And when you
I went out on I think it was 2 Mondays ago, and I went out for like 2 hours. I put aside 4 to go fishing, and I think I caught like 15, 20 bass in 2 hours, and dude, I was just bored. It wasn't even fun. It was like, all right, I'm just gonna wrap up. I miss that. Damn, every cast matters. That, dude, there could be a big money fish laying under that log. So I can't wait for tomorrow to get back to that feeling.
Yeah, like I just said before, I'm super excited about it. So excited that I was like, hell, I'm going to get some burgers and dogs, and we're going to eat before we fish. It's going to be cool to hang out, just chill out. Especially some guys, it's right after work. They're flying out of work just to go fish this tournament. So what the hell? Why not give them a little grub before they have to, fish for 4 hours?
I'll be one of those guys. I'll be getting out of work round 3, driving an hour out there, and hopefully, cashing a check.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's only so far 11 people. Payout's not going to be too big, and then also it is. We did decide, or you guys decided, not me. This is you and Ken. You guys did decide on a lower entry fee for $35. That includes the largemouth lunker, and then you have the optional pickerel lunker. So it could a $40 entry fee. I mean, it's $10 or depending smaller than a typical MAKB tournament. It's still not that bad. Sometimes you're paying upwards of 70 with the other lunkers in the all-day tournaments. So whatever, $40 to throw down, especially if you can't fish the weekends.
Yeah, so we came up with a 4-hour time limit instead of best 5. We're gonna do best 3 fish. So half time, half the limit, and we'll see. But this means a 20 is going to make a big difference if it's only best 3 fish.
Yeah, a 20 is going to be, it can be potentially pretty tight. So that 20 is that going to be that kicker fish. I know there's some big fish in Monpont, so especially that, evening bite, it's going to be dark 9. We could crush them. I'm hoping that should be fun. So, any babysitters in this, watching this, all 7 of you, or know a babysitter, hook up my boy Steve right here. Homie wants to fish, and I want him to fish too.
But yeah, no, just looking forward to it. What's been going on with you in the tournament world?
For me in the tournament world, man, I've been super busy as of late. I would love, so as of this weekend, I'll pull it up. Give me 1 second. This weekend is actually the Summer Brawl, I believe. I can't remember what it's called. I apologize.
Catch 'em all Summer Brawl.
Catch 'em all Summer Brawl, yeah. So I'm going to share my screen. It's the Catch 'em all Summer Brawl that's going on this weekend. That is a no limit tournament all day Saturday. So I would, if you haven't signed up for that, do it. It's a lot of fun, especially you can catch, a bunch of 12-inch fish, as many as you can, which is always a good time. Regardless, if you're on them, that's awesome. But if you're only catching 1 or 2 fish, man, you're gonna need. My guess is you're gonna need over close to 100 inches. So I would pick a hot spot, and Ben says, "I say yes to good ideas and boobs." I like good ideas and breasts. Dude, Jim, you fishing? Jim, are you fishing this Saturday? I mean, if you're all over those 12-inch fish, then yeah, if you're on them, you have a shot, dude. That's all you need. 12 and as many as you can get.
I mean, that's it, man. Grind that out. I've never done well in those type of tournaments, so God willing to all those that do.
Yeah, I've done well and I've done really bad. A couple of my spots, especially one of them, only really produces in the spring and the fall for multitudes of fish. I'm bummed I can't do this one. My old lady is going off to some stupid bachelorette gathering weekend thing, so I have the kid for the entire weekend. And it's gonna be interesting. It's the first time this kid's gonna be without his mother since he was born, so he's not gonna be sucking on these titties, that's for sure. Ah, damn. Sorry, Jim. I hope that your shoulder scoping goes well and you get back at it. Maybe see you in one of the next upcoming tournaments.
Who signed up for the Catch 'em all Summer Brawl?
8 anglers so far. So we got Peter, Donald, Sean, Steve Hedges, Rob Harnish. Hey, guy, Rob Harnish, Ken Wood, Clayton Rocha, and Joe Fournier. So not too many guys.
We got Rob's won money in this event before, right?
I don't remember. But there's 11 of us watching this right now. So all you, except for Jim, because he's getting his shoulder scoped, Go sign up and fish it. What the hell? Why not? I mean, it's gonna be fun.
How are things with KFL?
KFL is sick. I can't tell you how much fun it is. It's such a different thing actually working with team members versus being a solo competitor. Um, hell yeah, Rob. Rob did cash some money, cash a check. So for KFL, it's a lot of fun because you're basically tuning in and working with your team members to put the biggest fish on the board, all 10 fish. Some team members catch them, some team members don't. Last match, I literally Derek Brundle and Matt Conant slay like huge bass, like 18s to 21s, in the matter of 15 minutes, just 15, 20, I'd say a half an hour, right before a lightning storm. Just they happened upon this right area, and it was insane watching these guys pull these fish out. But I was also right next to them, casting in the same spot. And eventually, Mike Marcone not far behind us, casting in the same spot, and we couldn't catch shit. So Mike and I were like, "What's going on?" But
I've been in that predicament with somebody before.
Yeah, it sucks.
I remember watching somebody teach me how to use a drop shot the correct way.
Yeah. But the fish that they caught in that flurry was enough to put us ahead, which was awesome. So the KFL thing is really, really cool, really fun. Our next match is against Bay State, I believe. Yeah, it's Bay State. So the Bay State attack, and we're fishing them at the nip. So we got guys on both teams who are very familiar, especially they just drafted Bruce Levy, which is like
a good showing twice there this year.
The first one was really good. The second one, nobody had a good showing. There was winners, but no big fish. It wasn't big limits. So it's all good. But they drafted Bruce, I think, probably just for this match. So we're gonna have to make sure he doesn't. Yeah. We're gonna have to do something dirty. Remember, so the Pennsylvania guys did this to us when we fished them down the Cape when they came up here. They played man-to-man. So can you imagine playing man-to-man in a kayak fishing team event? So no. Each one of their guys covered one of our guys and followed us to our spots. How dirty is that?
That's interesting.
Yeah. So we were not happy about that whatsoever. But I mean, it is it's a tactic. It's allowed. So
hey, it changes the whole sport, man.
For sure. And the thing is, we're the maulers. We're trying to strategize. We're trying to cover water. Trying to pick our best suits per the lake to everybody. What everybody fishes best. And then we have those game plans, and all of a sudden we get played man to man, or we get shafted on multiple lakes where there's really only one good lake in a different state. So how are we supposed to know that? So, I mean, is their strategy dirty or not? However it's played, I mean, maybe we're going to have to play dirty at some point in time. I hope not. That's not my style. But
no, it's rough. It's rough, too. So when you have a home event, we see these on the MAKB trail. You're sharing with all these guys exactly how you fish that lake.
You're 100% true. And fortunately for my team, whatever I tell these guys, it's not going to change how they fish. The Maulers has such a strong team. Everybody, Brundle and Conant have fished just about every body of water of Massachusetts. Ken, same thing. Ken's not going to change how he fishes. I'm not going to change. I didn't mean that. I'm not going to change how I fish. Maybe I'll learn something from them, but it's not going to. I'm not going to be like, oh, I'm going to go to this spot because he told me he only catches fish here. I don't think that's going to happen.
No, you'll still be out in the middle of the lake somewhere.
Probably, yeah. I don't know, depending on the lake. But yep.
Oh, well, all right, man. I'm going to hop off. I had to get ready for work. Drag somebody else in on this open format.
Yeah. Who wants in? Who's got a juicy topic they want to talk about? I almost want to. I almost see you later, man. I almost want to talk to Ken about forward-facing sonar again because I love getting into it with him. So what do we got? Who wants to join me? Who's got a hot topic or something they want to talk about? Whether it's tackle, whether it's gear, whether it's tournament fishing, whether ICAST. What do you guys got? I'm hearing crickets, guys. There's 9 of you watching. Oh, somebody just left. Steve, dude, you want to talk about boobs? This isn't. It has to do with fishing, and honestly, fishing and boobs annoys the shit out of me. Because if you have boobs and you fish, you have crazy sponsors, and you have 10 million Instagram followers. So John, you're getting Panoptics for ice this year. It's a game changer, man. It's a lot of fun. You could locate fish a lot easier. I mean, it's cheap, kind of, but it's different open water. I'll stand by that. What about you guys? See anything cool at ICAST? I wish I had enough money to get that new Daiwa Zillion. That thing was badass. Said I'm gonna play with a Daiwa in my hand. Anything else? What about those missile bait stuff? And you guys see that? I'm a big missile baits guy. I love their jigs. Big fan of their D-bombs, destroyers. Now they got that little mini chunk. Should be awesome. What about Uncle Josh's pork trailers, the pork frogs? Anybody use those? I've been trying to find something like that for a while now, and I'm using these. They look like the frogs, except they're an absorbent material that just literally soaks up scent and stuff. Once again, they're not a pork trailer, so. Ooh, headbanger. Ken, I'm going to add you on. I'm going to invite you just because I need somebody to talk to. I'm just mumbling right now. Unless you're not sitting in front of the computer. John, so what you got to do to get in the loop is go to Tackle Warehouse's YouTube and watch all their first look stuff. There's a ton of cool stuff out there, man. What about Cashin's kayak rods? Anybody see those? Those look pretty sweet. Good sale point. The price is like $159 or $149 or something. So I mean, for a Cashin rod, not their lowest end one, but like probably just as good as the Icon, maybe. I hope. That'd be cool. That'd be badass. All right. Ken doesn't have anything connected. Come on, 11 of you. Somebody's got to want to talk about something. You guys afraid to show your ugly mug on the screen? Ken, what's the water clarity of Monpont? I've never been, so I need to know. Steve, are you going to show me your boobs? So Ray, Cashin's a pretty renowned rod company. They support a lot of pretty well-known kayak anglers such as Jody Queen, Corey Dreyer, and I think maybe one more. But yeah, they're legit. I've held their lower end rod, their lower end chatterbait rod, and it's a really, really nice, comfortable rod. Super light, super sensitive. They have like a proprietary grip system. It's pretty comfortable, but their kayak rod's pretty cool. They use a different resin. They've gone through a couple different resins to find it to make it more tough because kayak anglers beat the living shit out of their rods. So I thought that was really cool that they did that. Doesn't look like the rod butts are shorter or anything. One thing I'm interested, I did see Stealth Sticks. I'm not sure how they are as a rod company, but they have carbon fiber rod butts and rod handles. So you would hear or feel rather the more sensitive to the blank. So you might be able to feel, those mush bites and those bites that you can't really, that sometimes you miss or you think you got it, or you know the deal. Jesus Christ, Ken, what is going on? I'm afraid. Is that Charlie Chap?
I don't have my camera hooked up.
All right, so we're talking with, this is Ken Wood. Ken Wood lost a lot of weight and shaved the goat.
You don't know who that is?
Don't enlighten me.
So that's Herbert Kornfeld. Is that website The Onion still around?
I don't know. You're dating yourself.
It's like satire website. It's probably still out there, but back in the day, there was a guy named Herbert Kornfeld that would write articles about his life in the office. Hilarious stuff, and then he died, fictionally. But yeah.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
I'll show you some of the stuff, dude. It's hilarious. Anyway, that's the only picture. This is a new computer, so
you finally get a new computer, huh?
Yeah, my other one crapped the bed. So.
Wow, that's it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Jim Silva knows what the onion is. Oh man. So, Ken, you excited for tomorrow night?
Yeah, I guess it should be fun.
What do you mean you don't know?
Oh, I hate Monpont. I've never done well there.
I've never been. Yeah. Every time you say that.
Yeah, I've done well on East, but can't have tournaments there anymore, and But yeah, I've fished 4 tournaments on West, and two of them I didn't catch fish. One of them I caught 2 fish that apparently weighed 2 pounds total. And then I did like 70 something inches in the only kayak tournament I fished there. So not my favorite place, but I know people that crush it there. I've been to tournaments with dudes pulling in 20-pound bags, so I know they're there. But
I've heard. You got to think of it this way too, man. Those past years that you fished it, you're how much of a better angler now? Yeah,
of course. The last time I fished it was 2018. Apparently I quit early on that one, but yeah, I'm a much better angler now. But I don't know, maybe it's just the days, that just didn't work out those days. But definitely, like back in 2014 and 15, I didn't know what the hell I was doing in tournaments. So, but yeah, it's a good spot. It's got stained water. It's got weeds, pads, some grass. It's deeper in some areas. It's got some rocks. It's got some big rocks in some spots. It's got a couple, I don't know, not really coves, but some parts that are similar to coves. But yeah, it's a good spot. So we'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited. I haven't really done too much evening fishing, so especially with a place that has them, man, they could be the ticket.
Yeah, and then I got to figure out where I'm fishing Saturday because I don't know, man. I haven't done well in the no limits at all. I did well in the one that was up in where we opened it up to New England. That was the one we did. That was a spring brawl last year. We opened it up to New England because of COVID and everybody had things canceled and all that crap. So we're trying to do something. But yeah, I was up in Maine for that one. On the lake that my in-laws have a house on, and that place is loaded with small fish. But down here, I don't know, man. I went back and looked, and I think what do we got? 3? How many have we done so far? We've done only 3, right?
I think this is going to be our 4th. Yeah,
the 4th. Yeah. So out of the 2 that we've had down here, I've put up I think 4 or 5 fish for 69 inches total, and that's fishing like spots that are known to have tons of small fish, and they just weren't biting those days. And one of them, I went to 2 spots. When we allowed that, like that was like the first one. I went to 2 different spots.
Right.
Caught one fish. It was stupid. And then last year, for the spring, I didn't know where to fish, so I looked on the map and I was like, doing street view and stuff, and I saw this pond down in
was that Norton?
Huh?
Norton, or is that the last one?
No, that was the last one. That was the spring brawl. So yeah, I went to this pond in Carver, I believe, and caught 3 or 4. Just never fished there before. It's the dumbest thing to do for a no limit tournament, to just roll up on a spot. But it looked like a spot that would be loaded with small fish. But I don't know, didn't work out.
Well, I think I get a spot you can go to. I'll give it up for a price.
Not that spot, right? A spot I've never been before, or that spot you always try to
No,
go
no,
to?
no. I don't think you've ever been to this spot. It's a kind of a small pond, but it's notoriously known for small fish.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them. But I mean, a big fish there is 15 inches.
Yeah. I was thinking about fishing a spot on the Charles, but that water is really high.
And
So
toxic.
Well, yeah, not in this spot, but yeah, I don't know if that's going to work out, and I haven't been able to get there and check it out, so I don't know if I want to gamble on it. But I've heard it's like 4 feet high in spots or something like that. You know, it's up there, so I don't think it's weird. It'll be interesting to see how it is during our tournament on the 7th, because that's our next. Is that the 7th? Is that the next MAKB one on the Charles? I believe it is.
Might be, yeah.
Or is it the 4th? No, yeah, 7th.
I don't remember. Steve, the minimum for hold on, Steve. The minimum is 12 for the catch 'em all.
Yeah, 12 inches. When is the next KFL? Oh boy, too many events, too many tournaments.
Yeah, it's crazy what the hell we were doing and how much stuff we got going on.
Oh yeah, no, that's right. So the Charles is on the 7th, and the next KFL is on the 8th. It's on the Sunday.
Right. So that should be a fun weekend.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. We'll see. I've never fished a Charles with the water up, so it'll be interesting. A lot of those bushes and everything will be flooded. You know, a lot of creeks will be pouring into it that usually you don't even see.
Yeah, I haven't read the rules. Is it a Roadrunner event to where it's the length, or are we doing section?
Yeah, no, it'll be the same. Like from Millis or Medfield, the Medfield area, the Walker Street Bridge to the Esplanade. Basically, that's what we always do.
Nice, cool.
Everybody will spread out, but of course, everybody goes to that same damn one spot. Or most people, that one area.
I mean, it's an easy. Wait, there's a couple areas that people congregate at.
It's generally kind of the same spot. They just launch in different areas. I'm not going to blow it up or anything, but I won't be there. I would normally go there because it is good, but not with that many people. So I tend to try to go elsewhere. Yeah, I'm going to try the same spot I tried last time, and we'll see if that pays off again. I don't know. I don't know if it will, but we'll see.
Now, Ken, have you been keeping tabs on iCast? Or am I the only nerd? Come on, nobody's watching iCast stuff.
I kind of did. I watched a little bit of it.
And you see anything you're excited about?
I like basically the Z-Man stuff. Really into that. Looking forward to that.
The mini blade and the big blade.
Yeah, those not so much because we'll see. I'm gonna give them a try. Obviously, but what's the The Helicross?
Helicross is gonna be sick. I'm looking. They find that decent.
And those little football jigs, or football head Neds, or whatever the hell you want to call them.
Those are cool. I'm excited for the Helicross, and I'm also excited for that the mini blade one. Because I've been throwing a 1/4 ounce. It's a Jackal Day something. I don't know, but basically it's a mini chatterbait, and it's incredible. It catches all sizes of fish.
Yeah, you've been throwing that since, was it Lake Murray somewhere? You've been throwing it for a while. You did well on it at one tournament, right?
That was pre-fishing for the Potomac. Yeah, I crushed it pre-fishing there, until there was a blowout tide.
yeah, that's a terrible thing to learn about on tournament day.
So I'm going to break down what a blowout tide is on a river system like the Potomac. So basically, there's such strong wind on a tidal fishery that when the tide is leaving, the wind pushes all of the water out, and the current is so strong that water cannot come back in.
It never comes back.
The water does not come back. So
it's high tide, and it's like, dude, it went up an inch. What? That doesn't make sense. Yeah.
So a boat launch that I launched at was 4 feet of water, and when I launched tournament day, it was I'm not exaggerating. There was I don't know, probably 12 bass boats there, pissed off because they couldn't launch in a foot of water. There was a foot of water at the launch.
Yeah.
And basically, I caught a limit that day. It was a very small limit, but it was only because where I caught fish the previous day was literally dry, literally non-existent. There was no water where I had the entire last day, high or low tide.
It didn't matter. It didn't change.
Yeah.
So, at high tide, nothing changed. It was
no, it didn't change.
It was stupid.
So I basically fished a 70-foot stretch of creek bed that was 3 to 5 feet, where everything else around it was 6 inches of water. And I caught a limit there. I caught a giant snakehead. I caught a small limit there, but some guy saw me catching fish there and literally went to the opposite side and started doing the thing I did. I mean, he caught fish as well, but that was really annoying. But it was the only place that there was fish. Whatever fish was in there was trapped because it was such a small stretch and everything else literally didn't have water.
That's what happened to Brundle.
Except he had good fish.
Yeah, the first day, hilarious. The first day, we had to wait for somebody to open the gate. And same thing happened the last time I fished there. And, of course, they don't show up on time. It's supposed to be dawn that they open the gate, and it's, an hour later. So by the time I got on the water like a half hour late. Brundle already had a limit. I'm like, what the hell? And so he apparently found them all just like same thing, trapped in like a puddle. Not a puddle. I mean, it was in water, but they couldn't get out of this one deeper area. And he just, like 5 casts. He's got like whatever it was, 80-something inches or something like that. It was stupid.
It was insane. Oh. And then I panicked because I'm not familiar with a blowout tide in a tidal river system.
We didn't know what it was called.
Yeah, we had no idea. We're like, what happened? The water.
We're just confused.
Where'd the water go? Somebody pull the plug.
Yeah.
So you and I, we ended up, going someplace brand new because we didn't expect the water to come back, or at least I didn't. And apparently it did, which I'm kind of bummed about. And I saw some of the people in my area, or the area that I fished the day before, they actually placed in the top 10. Because the water came back, which I had no idea. The
spot we picked looked good, though.
The spot we picked looked really good. It had everything that you would expect to have good fish on, or at least fish. But I mean, what did we end up going into the middle of the Potomac River and literally catfishing?
Crushing catfish on Neds.
We were just slaying like 20-inch to 24-inch catfish like every 4 or 5 casts. So
it was fun.
It was fun, but I mean, not the AOI points we needed.
No.
Kind of a bummer.
Yeah. So this year has been terrible.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do it every year. There's always next year.
Yeah.
But it's going to be interesting with next year because KFL might be a bigger deal. I mean, it's a pretty big deal now. I'm loving it, but there's just so much going on. So we'll see. We'll see what KBF has up their sleeve and EKF.
Yeah, I don't know. They've already released 2 dates. They've released the Kissimmee dates and Lake Murray again. So
yeah, I need to do Lake Murray all over again.
It's gonna be tough though, man, because it's like we fish so much in the northern part in the muddier water. It's like I don't want to go back there again to the muddy stuff, but that might be where they are next year.
Well, we know that people place in the river, in the muddy river, and we know that people place on the main lake.
Way up. They were way up the river, though. They were right below the falls. That's how far up they were when they launched. If you watch Christine Fisher's video, they're right at the falls. So that was way different. And I mean that you dealing with that kind of current, you need probably a torpedo.
But
unless you're just going to do a float.
Conan. Look at Conan and look at Mike Marcone. He placed in the money the first second day. They found the main lake deal.
Right.
So I mean, we know the lake now. It's not the first time we fish it, so we have a better idea, which always is always a help. Sometimes a burden.
I would have done better on so what the bite that Conant found with the fish being on wood on day 2, you know, I probably would have figured that out as well, but my dumbass traded my flipping stick for a drop shot rod, or you know, finesse rod, because that's what they were hitting the day before, but the wind had shifted. So yeah, I was sitting there, and I'm not even kidding you, this thing was like 8-9 pounds, just cruise, and I don't even know if it was the same fish, cruising in and out of like it was a tree down in all the branches and everything, and it was just, you know, I could see it just swimming around inside, but it was thick stuff too. So I mean, I'm like, that could have been another one. You know, it could have been multiple giants in there, but I had no way to get into it. I'm throwing nets around the edges and stuff, and I'm plucking out 12 inches. You know, it's awful. So yeah, if I had my flipping stick and I had flipped into that, that would have been a sign, you know, to tell me to start focusing on wood, and I couldn't do it. I didn't have any way to get into it. So.
I mean, late in the afternoon on the first day, I started catching fish off some laydowns and docks. So I tried doing the same thing on the second day, but I didn't have any luck. You guys had better luck, literally. So you guys were on the opposite side of that peninsula. So I don't know if that was just better fishing. There obviously was better fishing on that side of the peninsula.
You probably could have done well with what some of the other guys were doing. I just happened to I caught a big one. I got that like 5+, was like a 22 almost or whatever, skipping a jig under a dock, and then I spent like the next hour doing the same damn thing to every other dock and then get another bite. Then I found a marina that the wind was just pushing into, and the pilings on the edges of all the slips, there were like 8 or 9 of them. They were just stacked there. So I just kept going back and forth. And I lost some good ones too. So I probably could have placed higher if I'd gotten a couple of those in. But yeah, they were on the outside of just right on that pylon. They weren't in the slips. They weren't on the other side, on the slips on the other side. They were right on the pylons or the pilings. And they weren't there the next day. But my whole day, that next day, that day, you know, it started off bad. I got to the spot. You remember the fish were blowing up like crazy. And you know, all our text messages, everybody was like, "Holy crap!" And all across the lake, everybody's texting that the fish were blowing up like nuts. But yeah, so I got my first fish real quick, and then realized that I didn't have my identifier. I didn't have the code written on the thing, and then I went and I did not have a Sharpie, so I had to go all the way back to the ramp, which was a half hour away. And then so I wasted about an hour 15. Because by the time I got to the car, then the wind was blowing, and that with little motor doesn't move very fast. So, yeah, that was doomed from the start on that day 2.
Yeah, I learned a good lesson so that was my first trail with the Panoptics. And of course, with that technology, I'm going to look for, you know, submerged structure, trees, brush, whatever's left, whatever for the flooding, you know. Maybe housing, highways, roadbeds, whatever. That's what I looked for, and I found crazy full-size submerged trees and brush. And the amount of fish that was on it was insane. And I had caught a couple the day before practice there, and then in the area that you were, I caught some decent fish too, but there wasn't those, you know, the trees that I saw. So I wanted to, you know, use my live scope and fish, or pull some fish off those trees with my live scope. So I kept trying to do that, and I just wasted so much time. I mean, I would see fish, chase my bait, chase my drop shot, chase my shaky head, whatever I threw in that submerged brush, they would chase it and not commit. And then I started catching white perch, and I just wasted so much time. So day 1 was definitely a waste due to that, and the second day was just completely different than the first.
Yeah, it's weird how that happens, but yeah, definitely for me too. I don't even know what did I place. I can't even remember. Did I get a limit?
Yeah, I didn't get a limit. Yeah, you got a limit the first day. I don't know about the second.
Definitely got a limit the first day. Yeah, I remember. I never put. I got to figure out where that video is and make that video. Not for the whole trip, but yeah, when I was running back to the ramp, I was fishing really fast, and I had the motor on full blast, which again isn't very fast. But I thought I hooked a stair, and I might have hooked like those submerged staircases on the docks. But at a certain point, I realized there was a giant smallie on it. And I start reeling it as I'm literally heading straight for the dock, and I did not turn the motor off. I mean, I hit this, kayak nose first right into the dock. I mean, almost threw me off the kayak, and then of course the fish got off. But it was hilarious to watch again.
Yeah, I definitely want to take a look at that video.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh man.
Thursday.
What's up?
How many we got people signed up? What did you say? 11 signed up
We had-
for Thursday.
We had 11. I'm hoping to see some more. I really am.
I think we'll get some more.
I mean, 11's cool. 11. Oh, I looked at the wrong thing. Yeah, 11's awesome. I mean, for such short notice, Thursday night, whatever, dude. Less people have less hot dogs and burgers I got to buy.
Oh man, we could call this Thursday night throwdown. We could be like, we call it TNT.
Oh my God, get T-shirts made.
Yeah. No, let's not. You making burgers? I heard a rumor.
Yes, it's not a rumor. It's truth.
Are you making them beforehand and bringing them, or are you bringing like a skillet?
I'm bringing a big flat top grill, and I'm gonna cook them previous to I'll probably have an hour and a half set up before the launch, and get some grub in your guys' belly.
Bring some. We'll bring some tin foil. We can cook them up and wrap them up for guys that hadn't shown up yet or whatever. Get there late.
Yeah, we can absolutely do that.
Be cool.
Definitely.
Yeah. What time are you getting there?
What time is launch?
4:45.
4:45. So I'll probably get there around 3:30.
Word.
Probably 3.
I'll be there.
Hell yeah. So come hang out. Eat some greasy burgers and dogs. Steve says they're greasy.
Nice. Steve coming?
He's not. He can't get a baby. Drop him off at Sarah's, at your house.
My kids are going to my mom's.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Lucky you.
How many kids you got?
Steve, how many kids you got? Like,
you can bring them. You can bring them. Strap them down.
I thought about doing that for the brawl on Saturday.
Yeah.
But God forbid I fucking hook my kid. Excuse my language. I probably won't be able to live at my house anymore.
Yeah, you might be a little too young for that too.
16 months?
Yeah.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. He's down there eating Ned's stuff.
He's pulling Z-Man.
So what are your parents? What make your parents watch your kids? They don't do that? They're not into that?
This is no, my parents not so much. Well, I asked my dad because my dad literally lives on the pond that I want to fish for it, but he's doing. There's a convent down the road, and he's like, all down with God now. So he's having a barbecue for them.
Oh, that's sweet.
It is.
Amen.
It is.
Amen.
So he's hanging out. He's probably trying to get laid by the nuns. But whatever.
Nice.
Yeah. So he's doing that, and I don't know. He's the only one who'd really watch it. Lauren's parents could watch him, but they watch him all week when I'm at work and Lauren's at work. So I don't want to bug them. So Steve, do you want to watch my kid?
Oh, there you go.
He's really easy.
He'd probably eat them.
Guys, can you guess what bait this is?
I don't know. Not a clue.
Anybody?
Salty beaver.
It's a Depths
Sour beaver.
sour beaver. Depths bull flat. I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I have a bunch of crap on my desk. Mike, dude, give him to my wife. Oh my God. I wish Lauren would allow me to do something like that. But it's cool. It's going to be a boys' weekend. It's going to be the first weekend where he's not on the titty. So it's going to be very interesting. He's never gone to bed without his mother. So it's going to be fun.
Should be all right.
Yeah.
I get used to it. What? Oh, here comes my wife. She's gonna yell at me.
Sarah, leave him alone.
Nate mentioned maybe us filming tomorrow night.
Yeah, I'm going to be bringing my gimbal for my phone and the GoPro.
Word up. Let's do it.
Yep, definitely. I have to do that for work because I got to get better at the Adobe suites.
Are you gonna? So, all right. Nate said that I would take the footage and make a video.
You absolutely can. I still need footage to practice on for Adobe suites.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's going to be part of my job now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For what? For Wildy or?
No. For work,
regular?
I'm transitioning from field trainer to instructional designer. I'm going to be creating content and like learning stuff for people in my company.
Oh, right on.
Less traveling.
I can do a video and then send you the actual video so you can see it. You know, it won't be too complicated. Splices and fades and all that crap. Simple stuff.
No, I'm familiar on how to do it. I just
yeah.
Yeah, no, I know how to do it. It's easy, but I got to get good at like Adobe After Effects, and
yeah. Okay, gotcha.
And all that crazy shit.
Well, then I guess you can show me when you figure it out.
I for sure will. I mean, we got to start filming more MAKB stuff, anyways.
I've been saying that for years. I keep filming stuff. I keep filming it, but like I said, I forget that I have the camera going now, and you know, it'd be terrible. It'd be a terrible video. I don't talk to it. I don't show them the damn fish that I've caught. You see me catch it, but that's it. And then you see me dump it over the side, like on the other side out of the camera's view. So, but I got some. I could put up the Mesolonsky video where I won there the first time, but it's like I don't want people to see where I fished, even though like everybody, everybody knows. But yeah, there's a couple like that. I got Lake George from 2018. I got that all on film.
So Steve brought up a good point. We can rent a moonwalk for the ramp and then zip tie the door closed. That's honestly genius if you think about it.
Hey, so I went. Speaking of a moonwalk, I went to some place called Extreme Craze in Foxborough with the kids last week, and like half of it's a huge building. Like half of it is a gigantic, basically a bouncy castle. It's all connected, and grown-ups can go in it. So it's a lot of fun. If you're out of shape like me, though, you can kill yourself really easy.
I might do that this weekend then. Thank you, Ken, for that.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, the weekend we went on a Thursday, I think, or a Wednesday, so it wasn't a lot of people, but I can imagine it's insane on like a Saturday. But it was a lot of fun. It's like $18, you get an hour. But yeah, it was a good time. Like kids wanted me to go up on this one thing where you get up on the top level and then you jump down to this soft thing in the middle. And I jumped into it and it like collapsed and then I was stuck. I couldn't get, because you can't grab onto anything. So yeah, I almost died a couple times. Fell off of another thing and like I landed like on my shoulders and then like my bottom half came on top of me and I swear I heard my back crack. So yeah, but you're a lot lighter than me, so you'll probably have a good time.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like you had a good time.
I did. I had a blast, but yeah, it's you just got to be careful.
Man, how about all right? Anybody else got any questions?
I'm boring.
No, you're not boring. It's just we're not talking about fishing.
We're talking about bouncy. What are we going to talk about fishing? What about any drama?
Drama. I don't know. It's funny. I don't know if you heard me talking to Nate about playing man-on-man in KFL.
I did. I heard a little bit of that.
Yeah. I mean.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting strategy. I don't know. It's like I mentioned, we have to make a decision how we're going to play going forward.
Yeah,
I think
definitely.
we played pretty fair. We picked good lakes. So I don't know, but it bit us when we don't have that. We're losing that spread, or we're down in that spread, or whatever. However that point spread works. That's because we've picked good lakes, and of course we're fishing against good anglers. So maybe we'll pick some shitty lakes next year.
That bums me out, but I get it.
Yeah,
But at the don't you want to keep the ratings up? People want to watch people catching fish, or
Right.
like Mike is talking about in our past one on Manchog, we were literally fishing in a lightning storm. Like, it was insane how long we stayed out there. It wasn't start at all. There was purple lightning blasting right over our heads. Thunder loud enough that it would shake your internals. It was foolish. I mean, I can't believe we did it. We ultimately,
you talking about like lightning, like that kind of like on your little shirt there?
Yeah, no,
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, like lightning that would go.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it was stupid, but we were all together hanging out, laughing about it, and then
there you go.
And
fish
then
together, die together.
That's it. Maulers. That's what that's what the Maulers say, right? We ended up hiding on some little island where they've been waiting for the lightning to go over, and of course it did for about 10 minutes. Then it came back, but we were already fishing. It was all of us there, so all four of us were on the island. We got off. It's Brundle, myself, and Matt, and we're all heading out. And we're looking back. We're like, "Where the hell's Marcone? Where'd Mike go?" And like, "Oh, is he scared? Like, what's he doing?" But it turns out he was pooping in the cabin. He had to take a poop, so he wasn't scared.
In somebody's cabin?
Yeah, there was like this little cabin with an outhouse. Outhouse was unlocked, so I'm in when nature calls.
Yeah, sure. I mean, as long as he's in an outhouse. I thought you were going to say there was an outhouse and then he just crapped in the cabin.
Yeah, he pooped on their kitchen table in the cabin.
Yeah, nice. Well, that's interesting. Hope they didn't have trail cams. I tell you about that time I was at Stump Pond and I was in the woods, and I looked to my right and there is a trail cam as I'm crapping. Luckily, it was pointed a little bit in the other direction, so I don't think I was on it. But that was interesting to see.
Yeah, I can only imagine the stuff that people see on trail cams.
Yeah.
Actually,
I did that. Yep.
If you want to go into a YouTube hole, you can look up what scary stuff people see on trail cams.
Yeah, I've seen some of those. There's some weirdos out there.
People,
some crazy stuff out there.
Yeah, people walking with like masks in the middle of the woods in the middle of the night and nowhere. Like,
yeah. Hey, while I'm here, why don't I mention that the Elite Kayak Fishing has a tournament coming up on Lake Winnipesaukee on August 14th.
Yeah, so, man. Drop some deets about that.
Yeah. Should be good. Not a lot of people signed up just yet, but that's kind of always the case. But yeah, it's going to be a good one. So it's the last one before the championship. So if you don't have enough points and you want to qualify, you got a place in the top 10. But that should be fun. I unfortunately, Sarah's in the office that week, so I won't be pre-fishing. I will just be rolling up Friday night and hoping I can figure something out.
Yeah, that's a man.
Yeah, sucks.
That place could be a blast and it could be hell.
Yeah, most people, you can catch fish.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I mean, it's not going to be like Wall and Pow Pack where, I mean, that was when people said that place was tough. I didn't understand what that meant. I was thinking, yeah, I would probably catch some small ones, but it was terrible. Like, and then, people are like, no, it's good in the spring and the fall. And then you start talking to more people and they're like, yeah, it's better, but it still sucks. It's still an awful place to fish, but that was a weird one, man. We'll never go back. I'm sure we'll never go back because it just wasn't. I don't have a problem catching small fish, but it wasn't good enough. There's nothing offshore. Like, I couldn't find any rocks, humps, or you could find some humps, but no rock piles, no trees, no anything. So, but all the humps, like all the coves and humps, just loaded with people in their pontoon boats. and they're deck boats or whatever they're called, rolling up, and just you'll have 14 pontoon boats all tied up together on a flat or a point or a hump, and everybody's swimming. It was nuts, dude.
So you caught 2 fish, correct? On
Two
tournament day?
fish.
And you placed
10th
11th, 10th place, 10th place. Oh, well,
Yeah.
I got
Originally 11th,
disqualified.
and then we disqualified 2 people, which that was interesting because
So
they
that's
didn't
dude.
feel that they.
Let's get into that rule right there because
Oh yeah, yeah.
So if there's there's only 13 people listening, but this might save them a lot of frustration in the future. So Ken, what exactly happened and what was the rule infringement?
So there were some campgrounds and things like that, and just other types of ramps that had times that they opened. Some open at 8, some open at 7. Like there was one down at the southern end called Ledgedale. They opened at normally I think 8 o'clock, but they were like, we're gonna leave the gate open for you guys. So that was awesome. So everybody could go there and launch early. You didn't have to worry about it. Some of the other ones did the same thing. Just yeah, that's fine. Just launch, pay us later, whatever. But then there was a couple that like the marinas were like, absolutely not, screw you guys. But there was a campground called Ironwood, and they didn't open until 8, and they were like, we're not 8, 7 or 8, I can't remember. But they were like, absolutely not. We will not open the gate early. And they told everybody that. We called, they told us that. And they said it was because they have some campsites, tent sites right near the ramp. So they did not open up until 7 or 8 o'clock, no matter what. But the thing is that I guess it was a place where they occasionally let people go around the gate to launch kayaks and stuff. And they basically said it's because they people do it. You know what I mean? So if somebody asked it, like, yeah, whatever, just be quiet. So that's what these people did. They apparently got permission from somebody there, but the problem is that they never asked, can everybody do that? We got 45 people in this tournament. If all 45 people show up to the ramp, can they all go around the gate? They never asked that, and the owner said that he would have never ever given that, given anybody permission to do that. So that's what made it illegal. So they got permission, but that doesn't trump the rules because it wasn't that rule, that privilege that they were given. If they were given that, that wasn't extended to the entire field. So we had no choice, and I mean that's what the owner told us. It's what he told us before we called. So I don't even know who the guy they talked to. He said the owner was like, I don't remember telling anybody that at all ever. He's like, maybe my wife did. But then, maybe you got like a 16-year-old there that's like, dude, I don't care. Just leave me alone, And it's, yeah, so they didn't ask the right questions. The right question is literally you have to tell them, if you're looking for permission to launch somewhere, will you allow every single person in this tournament to launch here if they show up? And then there were like some of the arguments, to have us reverse the disqualification was like, well, what if you got, a ramp that only has 10 parking spots? Well, then I can't go there if all 10 are filled, and they were basically saying it's the same thing. They're not allowed to fit to launch there if 10 people get there before them, but that's not the same at all. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they basically broke the rule. I'm not saying they did it on purpose or anything like that. We never said anything like that, but we had no choice but to disqualify them. But it turned into a lot. It was like, one of their little friends trolling us, talking smack, sending us private messages and all that stuff, saying we suck and everything because he felt that we should have DQ'd 2 of Jason's fish for having the mouth open, which we DQ'd one of them, or denied one of them for being the mouth being open because it was open exactly a quarter inch. The other one wasn't open more than a quarter inch.
Yep.
Way less. I mean, you could totally see that from the picture. So, but yeah, so he felt that we should have denied both of those fish, which would have dropped Jason down and dropped his friend up to 3rd. But then ultimately, the worst part about that is that we ended up DQing his friend. That guy. So then that looked like, to those kind of people, it looked like we did it on purpose as like to get revenge. And it was nonsense, the whole thing. But now it's blown over, hopefully. And those people have moved on, but yeah, so that's the rule. If you cannot launch anywhere, you cannot cross restricted property, unless everybody can do the same thing.
Right.
Bottom line, doesn't matter what it is, or everybody has that opportunity. So that's why it applies to, like, you're still okay to launch at a ramp that has 10 spots, because everybody has the opportunity to get one of those 10 spots, whereas a campground that's only allowing like one or two people to go around the gate is not the same thing at all.
Right. And I firmly believe, and I stand behind what EKF did and the ruling that they did, because I mean, those are the rules. I think the only people that are upset about the disqualifications are the people that were disqualified and their friends. And
we never heard anything from one of the guys that we DQ'd. You know what I mean? We only got stuff from one dude and his friend. And it's like, yeah, whatever. It's kind of expected at this point. We were trying to do the right thing. We weren't going to make hasty decisions there at the event. We're not paying out. We got a protest window of 24 hours for a reason. And we were going to use that 24 hours to make sure we made the right call. But then there was like some other things, like, it took us longer than 24 hours to disqualify somebody, and it's like, that's not what the 24-hour protest window is for. It's like, if you break the rules, or if you outright cheat, like, you don't get away with it if 24 hours has passed. That's
right.
Only for the protest period is literally only for other people to protest. So. Whatever, it's kind of par for the course if you're running a tournament trail. It's not the first time, or it's not the last time we'll have to deal with that sort of thing, I'm sure.
I mean, I hope it's the last time, but it's probably not going to be. I mean,
probably not.
Let's be real.
But yeah, I don't know. But the next one, Winnipesaukee, it should be a good one.
I know. I'm very excited for it. So, I mean, that's what, a month away?
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Jesus.
14th.
Time is flying. Cool. Yeah. So I'm bummed that it kind of sucks that you have to, just send it, but that might just be, par for what you do. It might work out.
I'll probably just go to the same spot I went to, but the way I had to launch there last year was stupid. I had to park on the road. I had to pay to park in the meters, the 2-hour meters. I had to pay 2 of them, because I had the trailer. Then I had to cart everything way down to the lake, and then after 2 hours, I had to go and beach the kayak, go back up to the road, then drive away, go down into the parking lot that they opened at 8:00, pay another like $10-15 or whatever the hell it was, and then park there, and then get back in the kayak, and then at the end of the day, get back. And the place is mobbed with people. There's like a little beach there, and it's there's a million people fishing from the shore. And it's just it was a nightmare. So I don't want to have to do that again, but I guess I will, because there's no launches nearby. So we'll see.
I mean, like I said, it tends to work for you, but it hasn't this year, man.
No, it does. Yeah, I think part of it is that I've just been off my game totally with just kind of dealing with all the crap I've been dealing with. So it's affected me. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's affected me on all fronts. But yeah, it's definitely not worked out sometimes. Sometimes it has, like Lake Murray worked out pretty good. At the 10 last year, it worked out good. But like at the national championship, it was a stupid mistake that I made by fishing the new spot. I did 4 or 5 inches less than I'd been doing pre-fishing everywhere else, and that is exactly what I missed making the 10 again by 4 or 5 inches. So it doesn't always work out. I just have to be smarter with it. But I do. The problem is that I freaking like trying. I like trying new spots. But it's not a very sensible tournament strategy.
Oh man,
Bruce loves me.
he does love you.
Yeah, he said that. He ain't gonna love me after the nip.
No holes barred there, Bruce. We might play man to man on that one.
Yep. Oh, it's gonna be a good time. Yeah, that should be an interesting one.
Do you know
No
if we're-
advantage there.
No, there's
advantage.
zero advantage. But do you know if we're broadcasting?
Yeah, I believe so.
Hell yeah.
Oh, because it's a Sunday. Yeah, maybe.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't know if Pride Network was Pride Outdoor Network. If you look up Pride Network, it's something completely different.
Yeah, probably. I can imagine.
Yeah, I
Like
don't
the
know.
wife.
I don't know if they're like those God-fearing where the Sundays are off.
Yeah, I don't know if maybe we won't be on Pride. I wonder if we'll be on Facebook Live. I'm assuming we would, right? I mean, if not, we could maybe do something where we all just stream live to Facebook ourselves.
Yeah,
Kind of neat.
definitely do something like that. That's cool. That'd be cool.
Or maybe do something. Can you set this up? Have you paid for StreamYard? Could we set it up through that? Maybe. You probably have to have somebody monitoring it, right?
We can have somebody monitoring it. I've never tried to broadcast it from my phone, but I can have up to 10 people on, I believe.
Maybe interesting. Maybe look into doing that if they're not going to broadcast. But I would think they would.
Yeah,
just because
definitely.
We're so cool, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce, God.
What?
Bruce said we're
going
down.
He's talking shit.
He wishes. Mike said he'll monitor it. There we go.
Sweet. There we go.
Mike
We got a
can jump
monitor.
on and he can host it.
That would be cool. Mike can do it. I have faith in him. He knows what he's talking about and when he's talking. Hey Steve, I sent you a little old invite.
For what? Getting on the show?
Getting on the show.
Come on, Steve. That way I can jump off.
Don't jump
Go
off.
get something to eat.
You're loved.
Get Bruce on here. No, don't. I remember that. I saw the last time he was on. Never mind.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Took 45 minutes for him to find a stable internet connection.
And he dropped the phone every 3 seconds.
Oh, you're laying down with a sick baby. All right, dude. Well, I hope your sick baby's getting better, and I hope you don't get sick. Dude, you don't have to give the kid off unless you want to. Hey, baby, take this. Damn, I'm sure. Am I the only one that pays attention to iCast here?
Yeah, I think so.
Damn, I'm watching like. I was watching every second I could. I mean, all the new stuff, dude. You got to stay up to par on like.
Yeah, but then I want to buy it. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of shit that came out too, but I mean, just like I don't know, new baits and new reels, new rods. I don't know. There's a lot of cool stuff that came out this year. Like look at that Catchco brand 10,000 fish. They came out with that is mostly bullshit, Mike. They came out with this thing called the it's like the Zuki fish or something. I don't know. It looks like something from an alien movie.
I got that 10,000 fish. Actually, I think I might know what you're talking about.
No, I think you're thinking of the Sakoshi bug.
Maybe
the Ned bait.
No, yeah, I've seen that actually. No, I have their the spinner bait that what the heck's that called?
Cycle bait.
Yeah. I really like that.
Yeah, something like that. That looks practical, but I'm gonna try to pull up this fucking.
It's very similar. You talking about? Let's see, the Headhunter. That's a new one.
No,
that's not new. I've seen that. I don't know. I don't see it here. The old Death Stalker, is that new?
Nope. That's a blade bait. It's been out for a bit.
That actually looks pretty cool. It's Wiener Smallies.
I've never had a good look on it. I mean, it's a good looking blade bait, but
yeah. Tataki frog?
Nope. That actually looks sweet. I'm actually gonna be picking one up. It's called the Zuki bug. Zuchi. Images. Let's see if I could. I can't find it.
Google zucchini bug? I don't think so. Oh, I see it. Here, I see it here. Yeah. Yeah, that's a little crazy.
Yeah,
Let's come up with these things when they're drunk.
they're gonna sell 1,000 of not 1,000, like a million of them.
It looks like an alien type of deal.
That's what I said. Look at that thing. That thing's crazy.
Yeah.
But I mean, they say that these wings, whatever, gives it like this gliding motion. So it probably looked great on a Carolina rig or something. But then it's got these fish. I don't know. It's like a bird/lizard.
Oh, it looks so stupid.
It is, but they're gonna sell. But yeah, dude, that frog looks awesome because it's so there's a patent on it. They'll probably
You got a
talk
patent
about
on
it.
the frog?
Yeah, because it's an externally weighted hook on the frog. And the body of the frog actually looks really cool.
It looks all right. Hold on. That looks super goofy.
What about it looks goofy?
I'm just. What is? Okay, all right. Yeah.
So I mean, it's got great channels for the hooks for it being super weedless.
So why is it weedless?
So if you could see right here, see this right here. I don't know if you can, but this is an externally weighted frog hook. Usually it's got a weight system right after the hooks come out. So this is supposed to help it walk, and I don't know the exact reason what makes it so cool, but there's no other frog out there like it. So I mean, it might be cool, it might be better, or it might be the same. My guess is it's probably going to be the same. It's just
it'll probably fish the same. Yeah. Interesting that they can get a patent on that when it looks so much like a normal frog.
It's not the frog, it's the hooks. There's no other externally weighted frog hooks.
Hey, there you go. Hey, if that doesn't, I mean, one thing I hate about frogs is that those weights, come out all the time.
Yeah.
Especially when you have bass where they come up and they pop at something and they pop it out of the water. They let's kind of nip at it to try to wound it, or I mean, who knows what they're doing. Have you ever seen that with the frog? Where it'll actually pop out of the water, the frog itself.
Yeah, right. They'll
do
just
weird thing. Yeah, so
the frog
and
actually,
that's often when you lose the weight. Whatever they do in that little spot, they squeeze it or something. That's when the weight pops out. So that's always a pain in the ass, because then the frog is. I mean, maybe they make weights that you can buy and reinsert them. I'm sure if you reached out to these companies, they'll probably send you some. But for all intents and purposes, for the time being, at least, that frog is toast.
Yeah, no, exactly. I know I have a couple decent frogs that I no longer use because their weight's gone.
Yeah, so probably put some glue on them. That would probably help, but I've never done it. Probably should.
Yeah, I mean, that's stuff that we should take our time. I
like that the legs appear to be shorter on these frogs.
It
looks like they're not as long. Everybody cuts them. Maybe they are as long. I don't know.
Yeah, to me they look. Yeah, so see, that weight is actually attached to the hook, and then I believe this is a rubber grommet and the hook goes in. But I mean, it looks different. The shape of the body looks different, and how the hooks sit slightly different. This frog, it's got your typical rubber skirt, but then it's also got the tinsel in it. So it might be a really good frog, especially coming from a Catchco company.
Well, I'll probably try it.
I'm definitely going to try it. I don't know if anybody got their hands on the so Savage Gear has called the DC frog, and DC stands for dual chamber. I know I always get sick of draining my frogs, squeezing the water out of that little hole, makes it look like it's peeing. But with the DC frogs, there's actually dual chambers that one doesn't fill up with water. So regardless of how many times you cast that frog out, it doesn't fill up with water, and it still sits on the water instead of sinking. So I would check that out. I mean, that's the frog I've been throwing this season, and it's going to be hard for me to throw anything else
Is
because
that a real selling point for people?
what?
Well, I mean that you don't have to squeeze the frog for 2 seconds.
It, it's more casting. It's more
Yeah.
fish. Like you don't have to stop fishing. You can cast, boom, 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 cast,
Yeah.
boom, boom, boom. You don't have to, sometimes depending what type of vegetation you're fishing, that sinking just a little bit underneath the water line can cause it to get hooked up more
Yeah.
instead of walking on top of the surface. I mean, that's
Yeah.
why I like.
Yeah. What happened? Where'd you go?
I'm right here. And
Oh, I thought you got quiet.
no. I was just looking up at that frog, and I was thinking about some of the other iCast videos I watched on like people selling or new hook companies. I don't know how many times somebody can reinvent the fishing hook, but there's companies still doing it and still pushing it.
Yeah, I don't know. I buy my hooks at Walmart.
No, you do
Actually,
not.
I do.
Oh
I
my
do.
God.
I do for the for like the wacky hooks. I buy the what's the laser? God, who
Eagle
makes
Claw.
it? Eagle Claw. Yeah, the octopus hooks. They're great, and they're super cheap, but they're great. They don't break. They don't bend.
Yeah, so Peter's talking about. Oh my God, is it 13 grand for that kayak now? Or I remember the selling.
I heard that I saw something today that might be a pedal version of that.
Let's talk about the Bonafide and the what is it? The Native had a Shaby and came out with a Bonafide Titan, a Bona Titan.
Yeah, but those companies are owned by the same parent company, right?
Yeah, excuse me. I'm sorry.
So,
yeah, they
yeah.
are. I don't know.
So that makes perfect sense. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess
Jesus.
you got two different brands. I mean, I don't know. I've never fished out of either one, so I guess it makes sense that they would use the same pedal system, but at the same time, why have two different brands of kayaks then?
No, exactly.
But again, I've never fished either. I've never fished.
They're both very sought after kayak brands. People love Natives and people love Bonafides. It's just that I don't know. It's not. I guess I'm looking for a brand new kayak from them, essentially. Something bigger and better. Yeah, Mike said that's the Slayer Max, basically. That's basically what it looks like with a Bonafide seat and some Bonafide padding. Honestly, that's what it looks like. But
so I don't think that Apex pedal drive that I saw was the actual Apex kayak. This looks like an actual drive. If that's what I was. $790 from a company called Boat, BOTE.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they make stand-up paddle boards and inflatables and stuff like that.
Yeah. So that might be what they have. Now they have a pedal drive called the Apex pedal drive. So I don't know if that's what I read about. I just saw somebody had written it somewhere. So I assumed it was the Apex kayak.
I got you. That makes sense.
I was like, I thought they were only going to be paddle kayaks, but yeah, I don't know. I'm never buying one of those. Tell you that much.
Well, one of the Apex kayaks.
Yeah, never. Unless they could give me one. I'll or if I'm somehow coming to a whole lot of money.
I don't understand where it would benefit you in any way because it's not. It's a stable kayak, right? You could stand in it, but is it the super stable platform that you want to be in? Does it have all of the storage that you want to? I mean, what is the selling point? That it's out of carbon fiber and that it's light. You can carry it.
It's got some cool features. It's got these magnets. That's cool. Not cool for your batteries if you want to put a battery anywhere near that. But if I was rich though, yeah, rich people buy crap they don't need all the time.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I can only just imagine taking that Apex kayak down the Susky or something, and just destroying your hull and then sinking it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm kind of bummed we didn't see any more kayak or new kayaks this year at ICAST. There's not too much going on in the kayak world. I mean,
I think
lack
I
of
know
plastic.
I know Jackson didn't have anything new this year, so that'll probably change next year, but they didn't have anything new this year because of COVID and all that stuff, and just trying to keep up with, existing orders. They had to cancel a ton of orders this year because they couldn't get the parts and all that stuff. And they're not the only ones that are struggling like that. So that's probably part of why you didn't see a ton of new stuff for kayaks, because they're having so many issues getting the supplies and materials and all that stuff.
Yeah. Jeez, you got a cat problem, huh?
Yeah, they're not the friendliest cats, but when they want to be petted, they're insistent.
I mean, how much more can be done to kayaks that literally game? I mean, they literally have all of the capabilities of. Steve Hedges says any sweet canoes coming out. Steve, get a goddamn kayak.
Yeah, the new canoe. That's a sweet canoe.
Yeah. I mean, Old Town has a dope one person. But yeah, what can be done to a kayak now that can change it? I mean, Hobie, they haven't changed their platform in how long? Like they've just updated, maybe like the side rails or some sort of storage, but they have their drive.
Made it red.
Oh, they made it
red one.
Yeah. Like Steve said, they made it red. They put some teeth on it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're getting very close to they're basically not even kayaks now. They're kayak-ish. You know what I mean? But they go any farther, they're gonna be boats.
They're gonna be junks for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look at have you seen any information on the Skanu?
Yeah, I saw it briefly. It's one of those things I was just like, this is kind of silly. But I mean, I'm sure some people would love it.
Is it KBF okayed? Can you use it?
I don't know. Can you use a skiff now?
But it's not a skiff, it's a Skanu.
I know, but it's a skiff canoe-ish. So again, I don't know. According to the people who know better than the rest of us, KBF will approve anything as long as they're getting paid.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's you saw that guy, he was all mad that we wouldn't allow his little 8-foot bass boat or bass assassin or whatever it is. Yeah. He was all angry about it. But yeah, so that the people in those comments were laying it down. That's the only reason why the Blue Sky is allowed, because the KBF was paid a ton of money. Which is garbage, I mean, it's that kayak. It's not a kayak, obviously, clearly not, but it's like two kayaks with a platform between it. Who cares? And what's the advantage to that thing?
Stability. That's literally it. I mean, stability and
enormous.
So storage. I mean, you kind of
not really any.
You don't
not really.
No, sort of in certain like. I don't know. The amount of stuff you could put on stuff.
You could put a giant cooler on it.
Yeah, you could put 2 trolling motors if you wanted to.
Yeah. But
I mean,
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see one tomorrow, Thursday night.
Then how fast can they go with the pedal drive?
Not
2 miles per hour?
Yeah, not very fast. But yeah, Torrance from so the people saw or have watched the YouTube channel called Bubba Bass Anglers. They're local here. They fish, the Charles and stuff like that. I don't know where they're from. I think they're up in the Boston area. But they got a cool channel. And Torrance, the guy, one of the guys that runs that channel, he's going to fish with us Thursday night. It's his first tournament with us. So
yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, he'll have one. So he has the big the yellow, the bumblebee color or whatever it is. So yeah, if you want to check that out, come to Mont Ponce,
dude.
Thursday
I think
night.
tomorrow night should be fun. I mean, it's good. It kind of reminds me of like a bowling league or something, you know?
Yeah. No, these things usually. I mean, I've never. I don't think I've ever fished one, but I know a lot of people who have. A lot of bass clubs will do them, and they're popular. You get the guys who can't get out on Saturdays. They can get out once every 2 weeks or once a month or whatever it is. Some of them I think do every Wednesday. They'll get out there on the bass boats and do a night tournament. A lot of times they're big bass tournaments. So yeah, I don't know. They can be fun.
I mean, it's a tournament, so it's as fun as you want it to be.
Yeah, if they don't, maybe we're doing one now. I kind of wanted to leave it open, so maybe we can do one out west. But if that doesn't happen, maybe we'll do one every other week here if there's interest, and if I can get people to run it, because I'm sure I'm not going to be able to do every one of them. But if somebody else will step up and run it. There's not a whole lot to run in them, so we got enough staff members that maybe somebody else can do it. You can do it, or Bruce, or somebody. But
yeah, definitely.
Sure,
I mean,
we can make it happen.
I think it's gonna be a good time. I think it's gonna catch on, and hopefully, maybe the West can start doing their thing with it too. However they want to. That's gonna be Sean's gig, obviously. So
Nate said he'll help. There you go. Nate will help. It's his idea. So.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It's cool. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited for it. I really am. That's why I'm cooking burgers and dogs. I'm that excited. I want everybody to have fun, get something out of it, regardless.
Yeah, man. I think I'm gonna jump off.
Cool. Steve.
About to go to bed. Want to say goodnight?
Blackbeard Basson's gonna jump on.
Oh yeah, sweet. Then I will roll.
And it's nice to see you with the mustache.
Yeah. It's a little Hitlerish, but
That's
coming back.
When I see you backstage on the StreamYard platform, I just saw this little picture, and then when I looked, I'm like, this guy didn't. No, he didn't.
No, it's Herbert Kornfeld, man, with a K. You got to look it up, man. It's hilarious. They were these stupid satire articles about. He worked in. Where did he work? Was it accounting? No, merchandise receiving, something like that. It was one of those departments, and he has these tales of inter-office wars and fights, and it's funny. But you have to read. I know you youngsters don't like to read a whole lot, so yeah, you got to read it. Maybe that's why he offed himself, or he was killed. I think he was stabbed in a fight in the office.
That makes sense. I mean,
but
my generation has a attention span, so
yeah, reading is fun, guys. I swear, I promise, it is. It is a good time. But they're short articles, so. But I'll send them your way.
All right.
All right.
Later. Ken, have a good one.
Hey, Steve. Bye, Steve.
Hey, what's up?
Mr. Blackbeard, how's it going?
It's going. Sorry.
It's all good, man.
Laying down with the baby. It's not feeling too good.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. Would it contract some sort of deadly virus from another little kid?
Nah, he's a fat kid like me, so he probably fucking ate something. I can't figure out what, but it ain't fun when you little guy can't tell you what's wrong, and fighting for him to stay awake and keep water down and stuff. I don't know, but seemed a little better tonight. But I missed out. My girlfriend took the two older kids to Canopy Lake. We were all supposed to go. So, and I was going to take Cam and all the little kid. It was going to be me and Cam's day, which it was anyway, but just different,
Yeah, right.
But yeah, man.
Dude, so let's go fishing today.
I did. I was with a sick kid. I stuck out yesterday for a little bit though. I was hammering some smallies, getting ready for that. I'm focusing on water that's similar to Winnipesaukee, or as close as I can find it. Might sneak up there next week, fish a day.
Hell yeah.
I'm excited about that one. That place is awesome. If you've never been, I know you've been, but for those guys who haven't been there, I mean, Winnie's my happy place. and there's definitely fish to be had. It's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, man, it's a great fishery. My only complaint is the amount of boat traffic, but I mean, just like any other big beautiful lake, you got to deal with that shit.
Soon.
Yeah.
Fucking kids, man.
Mike says he doesn't get it. Why do you call yourself Blackbeard?
Why? So I don't have to shave. I didn't want to shave. Everyone's telling me trim my beard, shave. I'm like, well, now I made my name. I fucking can't do it. So
that's genius. I've been blessed with terrible facial hair genes, so when I grow a beard, it only looks good when it's this long. Otherwise, it's all patchy and stuff. So I try not to. I mean, I try.
Perfect, John. It's okay.
I hear you. I mean, I was able to grow a mustache finally at the age of 28. So I'll probably grow one out for the spring.
You look like a sicko, dude. I want you to grow your hair out and like slick it back and do like a pencil thin mustache, dude.
Actually, not this spring, but the spring before when I had my kid, I actually had long hair. It was past my shoulders, long hair, a beard, and then I shaved it into a mustache. It was great.
You must look super greasy, bro. It's probably awesome.
I thought I looked great. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna try to find a picture.
I'm sure you did.
Dude, Nate, who's telling me? People tell me to grow it back all the time. It's like, damn, I can't. It's a commitment. My hair's like unbelievably curly, so keeping it in was a effing nightmare. Let's see. My kid was super young.
I think I saw pictures. You look pretty fresh. The lettuce on the head looked fresh, you know?
Yeah. This is.
Yeah, look at that. Yes, bring that back. Bring that back.
I liked how terrible I looked. So this is my shaving phase. So this is me right there, right?
Yeah, and you look like a fucking badass Jesus in that picture.
Then straight handlebars. I wish I kept that. And then eventually the stash. But I had I don't know how familiar you are with Seth Fighter, but that's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, I need this fighter look going on, this llama look with the stash and the lock.
Yeah, you think you got? I like rooting for him.
Yeah. Awesome. I've been a big fan of him for like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years now. Actually got to meet him. He came to the Boxborough when they have the fishing.
No shit.
The whole big fishing, whatever. I can't think of it. It's getting late. I'm tired.
Oh, it's fine. He seems like he'd be like a real cool guy to talk to.
It was bad. He's literally one of. This is why I liked him. Like why I like him so much was because he was so nice to complete strangers. Nate Shagnon had no idea who he was. They were sitting there smoking butts, just talking. Like he's a dude. He's just a dude,
Nate's
just like one of us.
Off him.
Yeah, like Seth, dude, you gotta smoke. But yeah, man, he was just really cool and respectful. I mean, to talk to Nate, smoke butt with him, like it was just. I got respect for people like that who are so high on this level of basically stardom in the fishing industry.
But really isn't. You can just talk to him like a normal person.
But we're here, and his ego's here, but he's realistically up here. I mean, for me, that's a role model in my eyes.
Yep. So it should be.
You fishing tomorrow? Or not tomorrow night, but tomorrow day?
I can't find a sitter now. No, Mark Cohn, he never got back to me. I accepted his challenge, but I would have. But no, I'll probably just be wanting to. But I guess that's probably how you guys feel when I'm out fishing every day when you guys are working. So
yeah, I definitely envy it. But I mean, I'm gonna be right there with you soon. As soon as my job switches titles, dude, I'm gonna have so much more free time and so much less time on the road. So I'm excited about it. Maybe we'll go catch some slobs together.
That'd be great, dude. I'm always down.
Yeah, we gotta hit up Tisbequin, man. I haven't been there, and
shut the fuck up, John. You're on live broadcast. Don't even. No. That they treated for weeds.
What?
Yeah, it's gas. It's gone.
Rest in power.
Mopo is the tournament tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I've lived 15 minutes from that place my whole life. I probably haven't fished it since I was 11. I mean,
no shit.
If I'll go out a couple times, I got a couple buddies with stickers, so I'll go to East. If someone's like, "Hey, you want to fish East Mopo?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm in." But West Mopo, I think it's just like you just always see all the jet ski parking lots, and like the place is always full. And I mean, I don't know, it just doesn't. I never have interest. I have better spots that are closer or right around it.
Yeah, no,
Usually set.
I agree. I mean, at least it's got a decent launch, but we'll see. Hopefully, there's not a lot of jet skis there.
I think that's why it's like, it's just right there. So I think anyone goes there. I mean, it could be great. My buddy was in a bass boat tournament there like last month, and he put up a 20-pound bag. There are big fish in there. Like the guys who know that lake, there's certain spots, and they're gonna do all right. I think it's like any other lake around the area. It's probably brown water, weeds, not deep. Probably the same shit we're used to, but
yeah, right.
I think the afternoon thing's very exciting. Like you mentioned, bowling league. Like I'm thinking like golf league.
Yeah.
Like people have asked me to do like, hey, can you do the Thursday night golf league? It's like $20, and like you're always thinking about it, but your kids like baseball schedule, you'll be able to make half of them. But I think if this could evolve, like I'm kind of bummed that it's only one week or 2 weeks a month now, but you got to start small, right?
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Next year, if it was a weekly thing and it was like you had your weekly winners, but you had a pot that's going like in like points going all season, I think that would be very cool.
I think so. I had talked to Nate about it a little bit, and potentially next year maybe having like an AOI race for these weeknight tournaments, and then an angler of the year for it. It's something better. Just bring some more pizzazz to it. Something cooler to this weeknight thing, because it's awesome. Like not everybody can be weekend warriors.
Like how often do you fish in the evenings anymore? It's like with tournaments, you're out before the sun goes up, and then that afternoon bite, you're done. It's like when I used to fish for fun, it was always like the evening bite. You go out at night. You go out for that. I might have to go. Hold on. Let me grab him. But I think it's cool, man, and I think it's smart by MAKB to like add that element. That's kind of, you don't really see that around. Like Nate and Ken were talking about the bass boats. You see it with that. You see the golf leagues. You see the bowling leagues. Like, why not us? What's the matter, buddy? Yeah. Take that. Turn the volume off. What's the matter? You still there? Or did I get
No. You're good, man. If you gotta go, you gotta go, dude. I feel bad for you.
No, he'll probably just lay on me and pass out. We'll see.
Yeah.
If he acts up, we'll move on.
Gotcha. But yeah, there's definitely there's something here. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be really cool. It's just opening a door that isn't open in this area at all.
Exactly. It's exciting. I think all the guys, like I think I saw someone comment like it's going to be his first MAKB event. You might have like a whole new crowd that are guys that are members that paid the $25 but can't do anything.
Exactly.
Maybe this gives those guys a chance to get in,
Definitely. And then for those guys who are just tourney addicts, just to, scratch their itch during the week instead of waiting all week for the weekends.
Yeah.
So.
Like Nate said, like fun fishing gets old. Like you that's all I used to do. The tournament side's new for me. And at first I missed just fishing for fun. Like, the competitive side's going to suck, but now it's the opposite. It's like you got to have a purpose out there. It's just different.
Yeah, man, I definitely agree. Fun fishing for me, the only time I enjoy it, right? It's fun. We enjoy it, but it's like just trying to hone in like a new tactic, a new lure, a new bait, a new style of fishing.
It's pretty much what you use it for now. It's like practice.
Right. But I can't tell you
how yesterday because I got some new crankbaits. Like, I'm just gonna go and throw the crankbait.
Yeah. See how it feels. See how it works with cover and whatever. Yeah. But I mean, I even do that in tournaments. Like, hey, nothing else biting. I'm gonna throw a Carolina rig.
What's the most ridiculous thing I can try throwing because nothing else is getting bit?
Yeah, right. I've literally done that. This was a couple years ago at Massapog. The bite was tough. It was like dead of summer. It was awful. So I was like, man, I'm fishing this drop off. It's all sand, hard bottom. Like, what can I do? I tied on a Carolina rig, and I caught like a 20 and an 18 in like 3 casts. I'm like, well, so now I know. Now I know how to fish a Carolina rig, and I know what the bite feels like, because that's half the battle is with a new technique, knowing what the bite felt like. I'm not gonna lie, that first the 20 I caught, I didn't feel the bite, especially on a Carolina rig. It's like it's a mush. It's a mush bite. You don't even really feel it. You feel your rod tip load up. I was just dragging it, and all of a sudden my rod tip started loading up. I was like, what the? So I started reeling down, and it was slack. And all of a sudden I felt my tip go down. I'm like, oh! So I set the hook, and he was already halfway to the boat. So that fish was holding on to that thing for a while. So I mean, that's how you learn, I guess. But I mean,
it's true. And then you get confidence on it once you hook a fish in something new. Like, I've been kind of working on areas that I'm weak at. And I talked to you about it a little bit. It's like you catch a few fish on that technique. It's like, all right, now I'm more this is how I got to attack in these situations. And now I feel confident I can do it.
Right. You could throw that in the back of the arsenal, even if it's not something that you feel confident enough to throw all the time. When you're in different situations where, like, hey, wait, this reminds me of this, then I'm going to do this. And then who knows, it might work out. A lot of times it does, because it's similar situations, similar conditions. So, I mean, fishing's fucking crazy.
You need a PhD. It's like, I don't know.
I was
it's
thinking
like
about
something you're always going to learn stuff. I don't know. There's so many factors into it. It's bananas. So.
Yeah, I love trying to explain to somebody how fishing's just not casting something out and bringing it in.
Yeah.
It comes down to the literal science of, water, temperature, barometric pressure. And then once you do find the fish, catching them, finding out what they want to eat, and then I think this is as important as everything else, is having the right gear, the right rods, the right line for each situation itself. I mean, this is something that now I have been kind of trying to hone into, is having the right rod the right rod for the hooks of the bait that I'm using. I was talking to Nate about this. He was throwing a jerk bait on a medium heavy, and he was like, I'm bending out these rods on these Megabass Vision 110s, the rods, bending out the hooks. It's like, why? Because you're not throwing a rod that has the right power for those hooks. You go just anything. Like finesse fishing, you could throw a super light wire, super sticky sharp hook, and if you throw it on the wrong rod, you're going to lose fish, because you're going to either bend hooks or you're not going to be able to, stick a fish with it. So finding that right for the, right for finesse situations. This is, as of late, this is what I've been digging into lately, because I don't know, I'm just trying to soak up as much information and try to figure out as much information, or figure out as much as I can myself without relying on anybody else. So this is the rabbit hole I've been going down.
Let's hear it.
No, that's it. Like that's
I know,
yeah. That's why I'm so intrigued with iCast and stuff, all these new products and whatnot.
It is crazy. Like I don't know, you go from like you had one spinning reel and you just threw a bobber, or you fan casted a crankbait because that's all you knew. But you're absolutely right. Like having specific setups, like I drowned my Ned rig setup at Nashua. So right now I'm shopping for I'm getting my reel back from Abu that was under warranty, my Ike Revo, which I'm super like that thing's awesome. So
yeah,
super awesome. Excited that's coming back. It's been out of stock, so they're sending me a new one, which I'm pumped. So in time for Winnie. So right now I've been browsing Dobbin's website trying to figure out which rod to pair it with, but that's just going to be pretty much my Ned rig stick,
Right.
So that's exciting, but and then probably a punching setup. So I've been using like just a flipping stick to do that. So I think we're going to up that game as well.
Yeah,
you're right, and that's for a reason, because you need the right tools, especially when it comes to like when there's shit on the line. Hold on, I can't figure this camera out.
You're good, dude.
But so burgers tomorrow night. What else are you offering?
I'm just gonna grab some burgers and dogs. It's not gonna be buffet style yet, baby. I'm gonna wait for this thing to pick up some more. Yeah, exactly.
You know?
But it should be fun. I'm really excited. I've never fished it. I'm just gonna wing it. I mean, sometimes
That's what it should be, right? Like, you don't have to pre-fish this one. It's like, hey, after work, come fish. You know?
Yeah, that's literally it. I'm going to hang out before we launch, and I'm going to fucking fish with the dudes, see who can catch some monsters.
Yeah. Any beverage coolers for post match or what?
You can. I don't drink, so I'm not going to bring any adult beverages. But I mean, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. I thought about beforehand, but that's not a good mixture.
Yeah, I think those. Yeah, it's not a good call.
Yeah. Right.
Men's league hockey, like the best part of game night was to be like, 3 guys it would be their week to bring a 30 rack, and you'd be hungover for 2 days at work, and hopefully get the win playing at like 10:30 at night. But you grill the food and crack open the cold ones afterwards. It kind of made it worthwhile.
Yeah, definitely.
But
just definitely going at the attitude of like, the golf league, weeknight golf league or weeknight bowling league, just fucking hanging out, catching fish, having fun, hanging out with the dudes. I mean, last year we didn't do any of that really with this whole COVID thing. It was kind of weird. Tournaments would end and we'd just, go home. There was something missing. So
I think that's why I want to go so bad tomorrow night. It's like, I know the guys in the Maulers are going. Like, I haven't seen Nate in forever. Nate's going. It's like, just to see you guys and like fish with you guys like that. That's kind of what it's about, right? Thursday night, let's do it. 4 hours, top 3 fish. Who cares where we're fishing?
No, exactly right. Bring some side pot money if you're into that thing. Throw some bets down.
I don't know.
If
Nate, not with you guys fishing it, but
if Nate ever asks you for a bet, winner loser buys dinner, don't do it, because for some reason he always wins regardless. You'll always end up buying that kid dinner.
I'm a pretty big guy, dude. I don't think I'd lose. I think that's one I'd win. I mean, I got challenged last week. Some dude challenged me to a half hour, like best fish buys dinner. And I pulled like a 19-inch fish in. I was like, yeah, baby, steak tips.
Perfect.
So this food on the line, like, I'll challenge Nate to dinner. I mean, I'm sure he's going to give it everything he's got, but he's not as fat as me, so I feel I'll win.
Nate's one of the skinniest people I know. So
does he eat the worst?
He doesn't eat for shit. I don't know what that kid eats. I think
I got a buddy who eats like he eats the absolute, like, he'll eat like 10 meals a day, like eats garbage, and he's still tiny. It's insane.
Yeah,
So I didn't know if he's one of those guys.
Yeah, I don't know what Nate is. Nate's an indestructible force of nature.
I'm happy that he's fishing again. I was getting concerned.
Yeah, he's a miserable little guy right now, man. He's
probably gonna smash tomorrow. I'm gonna say he's the favorite. I don't even know if he's fished there before. I think he's just hungry. If he's hungry enough to present this to Kenan and push it through, I'm gonna take him as the projected winner.
I hope he's watching, dude. You're gonna jack him up, dude. You're gonna make him win.
I'll send him this clip.
Yeah.
I'll bet dinner that Chagnon wins.
I can't, dude. Every time I make that bet, I lose. I'm not kidding.
We won't do that. We'll wait until I'm fishing. I'm gonna try. If this guy was feeling okay, I'm sure I could ask the family. But if he's not feeling good, then nothing I could do. But hopefully, I can do the next one.
Yeah,
I think it's a very cool idea. And I don't know, man. These bye weeks for the KFL seem like they're forever, man. Like, I can't wait for the next game. And that's a home game versus the in-state rivals, right?
Yeah, right. Which is kind of whack how we're both fishing someplace that we're very familiar with. There's no home team advantage, which is, I don't know, it's kind of a bummer because you can play that as a strength, but there is no strength here. So
with any of the teams except PA, really. I mean, like, Rhode Island, their own local trail fishes one of our home lakes that I know about.
Yeah.
But I'm sure all those guys know all the same spots as us. I mean, it's not that They probably live as close as you and I do. You know?
Yeah, right. I mean, hopefully next year. Rumors that New York and New Hampshire, Maine, Connecticut. I really do hope they all get teams, just so we're forced to fish outside of Massachusetts when it comes to it.
I hope so, and that will be awesome, man. It's like, oh, we get to go to Maine next week. New Hampshire's coming here, you know. Close traveling, but places where we might be familiar with, you know.
Yeah, right.
I think that'll make the KFL even better. I think there's going to be a lot of expansion teams over the next 2 years. I see this. I think this could really blow up, and it's awesome. I mean, it seems like it's getting better each week. I'm having more fun, even though I haven't dressed in a while. It's like, you know, it's going in the right direction. It's exciting.
Definitely exciting. I enjoy fishing. Is such an individualized sport that bringing a team aspect into it is really cool. And then having regions and stuff. So I know I'm excited. Maybe potentially going to, what is it? St. Clair. That's going to be crazy.
Yeah. I might make that trip even if I'm not playing.
Yeah.
just to fish St. Clair a few days before the game.
Oh my God, that'd be awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, like think of like the Warhawks. I mean, they're in trouble in the standings, but they sign a guy like Siddiqui, I've watched him live on stream. He probably caught 20 smallies over 19 inches. It was insane. Like 22, 23 inch smallmouth bass. You get that guy just for like that one game. I mean, right now it's like you guys got me for Pennsylvania and that place sucked. It's like you go out and get Siddiqui for that away game at St. Clair. I mean, that kind of looks pretty genius right now.
It does. So, I mean, that's going to be definitely a good match to follow.
Bay State goes and gets Bruce Levy for the nip.
Bruce, we're not letting you take the W for that, man.
I'm going to dress up like the Hubbamock Swamp Monster and hide on one of the islands and scare the shit out of Bruce.
You'll see him there.
I know.
Oh, man. All right, Steve, we're coming up on just short of 2 hours. Dude, thanks for coming on. It was good to talk to you.
No problem, dude.
Thanks for anybody who watched this for 2 hours straight, because a lot of it was nonsense. But yeah, hopefully I'll have a guest on next week. It all depends on my work schedule, but it's looking open. So I'll let you guys know sooner on in the week versus today, where it was, like 5 hours ago.
We talk about boobs real quick.
Dude.
I'm just kidding. Let's get out of it.
Yeah, let's see. I want to go see some boobies. All right, thanks
do your
everybody.
Own research, just like when you're searching for a fishing spot, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do my research in my bed.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. Appreciate it, Steve. Have a good night. Hopefully your kid feels better.
Thanks, dude.
And, yeah.
Have fun to everyone. Good luck to everyone tomorrow and Saturday during the Catch 'em All.
Come fish. Sign up. MAKB. Peace.
Let's go.